Dino Luzi energy drink. Yeah, it's that good.
Method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades, while the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux. To this day, the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes, way before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can. Hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never care for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, boys, welcome back to This Week in Pro Wrestling with Mike Monte along with Jimmy Pharaoh. It's a wonderful Friday night.
It sure is.
It's going to be SmackDown.
Normalcy has returned.
It's going to be Rampage.
It's going to be Rampage. Oh, yeah, that's
Friday
on.
Night Rampage.
Yeah, that's on Friday nights. Yeah. Yeah, what about it?
I guess you're watching.
I just
that
can't wait
often.
to see Jungle Boy versus the potato chip
Jungle
bag.
Boy's on the main show. You'll never see him on
He's not on the
Rampage.
potato. He's not facing the potato chip bag.
That's for left Jeff Hardy and the other guys like Keith Lee.
So you wanted to leave the land of WrestleMania, huh? Good job, guys.
So
Good job.
Be on Rampage.
Nice, very
When
nice.
no one's watching.
Pretty much. Yep.
But anyway, we had a good week in wrestling, dude, and I thought we'd start off with AEW Wednesday night.
Okay.
Out of our own hometown of Long Island. I think that they've been back to now Long Island
17 times.
but literally twice in the last 3 months.
Yeah, they missed it. There's good pizza out here. That's why they booked it.
Is that why?
I think so.
Con needs to go to a barber.
Yeah.
So
And a hairstylist.
FTW Championship match, Jungle Boy against Absolute Ricky Starks.
Yeah. Don't care.
Actually,
Here I go again.
It wasn't a bad match.
It
It
w- yeah,
wasn't
well,
a bad match.
you know.
Jungle Boy could wrestle.
Why does Ricky Starks intrigue me, though?
Ricky Starks has got some.
There's something about him.
I'm going to give.
kinda cool.
I'm going to give AEW this.
Okay.
All the wrestlers are pretty much the same size, so
True.
it doesn't
True.
make you feel like it's unrealistic.
Right.
And you've been
That's
into
fair.
boxing your whole life. The
Yeah, on and off.
featherweights
Sure.
And the lightweights can take a much more bigger beating than a heavyweight can.
Yeah.
Right? They're flailing punches. They're hitting each
Sure.
other.
Sure.
That's kind of
Sure.
the AEW feel I get.
Right. It's almost like, you remember how Hagler versus Hearns was like the greatest flurry ever?
Yes.
Those weren't heavyweights.
No.
that
Heavyweight hits you
first,
like that,
that
you're
one
not-
round, the first of that was it ended in the third or the fourth round or whatever it was. That first round, they pulverized each
Right.
other. It's like they just kept going. Yeah, it was a little AEW.
So I'm kind
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm kind of getting that AEW. I'm starting to enjoy it more because I'm putting it into a separate category.
Yes, because that's where it should be.
Yeah, that's fair.
It shouldn't be in the land of Vince McMahon, WrestleMania, and the Yankee top flight kind of thing. It's in its own little special niche, and when you look at it that way, it's tolerable.
Wow, you're really hating on it. Wow.
Well, because I'm sick and tired of all the shit talking. They talk so much shit, but it really, the company itself is a bunch of WWE cast-offs. I mean, we've said this before. A lot of it is. A lot of it is. You can't say it isn't. A lot of it is.
The problem I think
know?
it is you've got a wrestling fan, just like some dude on Twitter,
Right.
running the company.
Right.
Everybody's got their opinion,
Right.
but there's not a mindset. First of all, there's no McMahon. Look, as much as people might not like Vince McMahon for whatever reason, right? He sticks to a formula that works, has
Sure does.
proven to work.
Yep.
And he also allows people to influence him as long as they sell and present their
Right.
case to
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
I mean, we
Yep.
were talking about
He's adjusted on the fly many times.
Absolutely.
People don't think he has.
But
he
we were
has.
discussing Cody Rhodes
Right.
earlier this week and
Yeah.
why we thought Cody had left, and I'll let you do your Pharaoh thing in a second
Mm-hmm.
because I want to give you my opinion and you tell me what you think.
Right.
Is I believe Cody wasn't happy with the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do it. He went to Ring of Honor and he said, you know what? I could do something. He found a guy that was a lifelong fan of wrestling.
Right.
And I think Cody believed, look, I'm going to be the Dusty here.
Right.
You're going to be the Crockett.
Right.
And I'm going to do this thing for you.
Right. Right.
Little did he know, is Tony Khan
That fanboy was going to get carried away.
was going to become the Vince Russo,
Right.
per se,
In a way.
and kind of run him over
Right.
and go with his own things. And I
Right.
think Cody goes, if I'm going to work for an organization like this,
Right.
I might as well work for that organization.
Right. I agree. I agree.
ahead.
I shared it with you during the week that I believe that in moments of reflection, Cody was sitting in the locker room and I could almost picture his father's voice in his head going, "Really, son? This is where we stop? Your father was a superstar. You're bigger and better than this. You cannot be the biggest superstar you could possibly be staying here, son." And I could probably almost feel that was. I'm sure Cody struggled over this, but at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes did not want to be used by a fanboy, I believe, and that he probably feels pretty burned. He's keeping it classy right now, but he probably feels pretty burned that he helped this fanboy start this whole thing, and now the fanboy's out of control. That's what I think, personally.
I think
I think Tony Khan has gotten into business for himself, and he's booking it like a fan would. Otherwise, how do you explain all these guys every week? Let me grab another guy from WWE. Let me grab another guy. It's like he's shopping at Toys R Us.
we always say wrestling's a microcosm of life, right?
Sure.
And you're going through life, and then something happens, and
Sure.
you go, "Woe is me," or whatever. In some cases,
Yeah.
and you make this turn, and you think to yourself, "Man, this turn doesn't work."
Right.
And I guess the point is, like, if Cody would have just stayed at home in the WWE in the beginning and just stayed, just said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna just be a wrestler."
He
in
might still be
WWE."
Stardust.
He might still be.
I'm
Stardust.
glad he did what he did. I understand
Right, so he
why
made
he
that
did what he
turn.
did.
Yeah, and
I backed him when he did what he did.
I don't think he did it,
You know?
thinking I'm going to go back to the WWE. But it's funny how it just now you've made yourself a legitimate wrestler.
Right. And understand, too, AJ Styles, the TNA legend, he went through this.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't stay here anymore. I'm way too good for this. Why am I not a superstar already? Like world renowned, So he goes to Japan, and then eventually he comes to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon realizes his greatness. Thankfully, it worked out for AJ, and it's working out for Cody. Cody will win that belt. I've been saying that since he came back, and I think there will be a time. I don't know if you wanted to, share your thoughts on that at a given moment. I thought they were pretty cool as to how Cody may go about getting this belt, especially with all this talk of Roman Reigns.
Well, you tell me what you think, bro.
Well, I mean, I do think that Cody's going to get it eventually, but I kind of liked your plan, and I almost wish you'd tell a little bit of it because it was involved Reigns and, not. What was the exact?
I said all roads are leading to Dwayne Johnson.
Right. Reigns and The Rock. Right.
I would think that.
Right.
I would think that Roman will win.
He'll beat The Rock
WrestleMania.
at WrestleMania,
And
like
Cody,
this upcoming
right.
year.
And then they'll start setting up Roman to be a little more part-time. I know he's already going to be part-time. They
Right.
restructured his contract. But I'm talking legitimately part-time. They've already got plans for him to be a Hollywood guy. So you kind of cement him by beating The Rock. He is the head of the table.
Right.
But now you have Cody, who you brought to the organization. It's only a year later. And this is a guy who's the wrestler.
Right.
And can carry your organization.
Sure.
And hopefully not be too affected by the loss of Roman Reigns.
Right.
Because certainly, if Roman
I'm down with
Roman
it.
was to legitimately retire, WWE would be in a lot of trouble.
It would not be good right now. What do you think about Jeff Hardy's massive win over Darby Allin? What a victory. Jeff Hardy. What do you think?
This goes back to what we were just talking about earlier about the organizations being run by a fan.
Yeah, I agree.
He's buried Jeff Hardy since he got there.
Mm-hmm.
And now the fans are starting to complain and saying, I can't. And then he hears, maybe, if it's true, that Jeff wants to go back to the WWE.
Right.
So what does he do? He buries one of his future superstars, Darby Allin.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No.
What do you have to gain by... Listen, a lot of people go...
The independent mark should be screaming at this result.
Well, I'm just saying this. We always talk, we always say, does this guy get hurt by a loss? Like,
right.
Does Seth freaking Rollins get hurt by losing to Cody Rhodes twice?
No.
Most people are saying no.
No.
Darby Allin got hurt by this, and he keeps on getting hurt.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. This is your future star.
And to hammer home, this is your future star. I understand he's very popular, but do you see this guy with a heavyweight championship? Are you kidding me?
I don't know. You don't know.
I just can't
but
see
you
it.
don't know.
I guess.
The one thing is for sure.
I guess.
Is Jeff Hardy your future?
No.
That's the answer.
Absolutely not.
So Darby Allin, you may be 100% right.
Right.
And I agree with you, by the way.
Cool.
But the fact of the matter is, Jeff Hardy is not your future.
No, he is not.
So, the WWE and wrestling forever, when a guy got old enough, he always did the honors and started building the next class.
Right.
That's how it just happens to be. Every one of them are done.
For example, when you get Keith Lee, do you do to him what Tony Khan has done?
No.
This is horrible.
Right.
This fan is clueless. He's a clueless fan.
No.
He's got a lot of money from Pop, and he's clueless.
You know what the problem is? He's a fan who listens to fans.
Absolutely.
He's got his ear to Twitter.
Bingo.
He's got his ear to Monte The Pharaoh.
Right.
He's got his ear
Right.
to this guy.
Right.
He's got his ear to that guy.
Right. Right.
And you know what? You know what that equals? Listen, you're going to take advice from Monte The Pharaoh for your wrestling organization?
Right.
Good luck. You're going to die. Because
Wait a minute. I think we would do better than that, fanboy.
Listen.
I'll take his page. I'll take his checkbook. Get back to me in a month.
I ain't a wrestling promoter.
Nah,
if I was a wrestling promoter, I'd
that's
probably
fine.
have all my wrestlers getting chopped by a mousetrap.
Yeah, but we write hell of great scripts.
Yeah, but
so we would have no problem doing this for this guy. At least I don't think so.
Let me ask you this. You're running AEW then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's your star? Who's your heavyweight champion?
Who is my personal heavyweight champion?
Who's the guy that you're going to try to run your organization in?
Well,
and you can't go pick someone else.
Well,
you got to pick someone from.
To me, they started off with the right game plan, which is why they were getting over $1 million at the time.
What was that?
When back like maybe a year ago, when they were actually starting to make a little momentum. Remember when they got over $1 million and stuff like that?
Are you saying with the introduction of Jericho, starting it with Jericho,
and
then Moxley,
and then moving on to Moxley? These were smart things, Punk is here. Brian is here.
Let me ask you a question.
And who's the champion?
But let me ask you this.
Adam Page.
Let me ask you this.
What are you trying to get ratings, or are you trying to just make more Mark fans tune in? You're not going to get a lot.
New organization using a very well-known guy.
Right.
Makes sense, right?
Does make sense.
Then you get Moxley hot out of
Makes
WWE.
sense.
Good transition. Also
Makes
still
sense.
a very young guy.
Makes sense.
Now you're in the spot you are.
Right.
So now you're the booker.
Right.
Tony Khan goes, you know what, Pharaoh?
Right.
You're in charge. Where are you going?
I'd say since you've already signed up Page versus Punk, put the damn belt on the guy who at least people know who his name is, and then build me a new star to take it from him.
And who's that?
I don't know. Because the way they're booking guys like Keith Lee, I would probably say reboot Keith Lee. And maybe have Adam Cole manage him.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Because Vince is a smart man, I mean, I obviously...
Wow, I cannot...
3
months ago,
I was so against it.
You were.
But but you know why I'm not anymore?
Why?
Because I'm watching Adam Cole wallow away in AEW, all that great wrestling talent, all that heel factor, all that undisputed era shit that was killing it in NXT for you. What am I saying? He's not even hanging out with Britt enough to make me interested. This is not good. It's not good. So he hasn't done right by Adam Cole. Keith Lee should have been coming in like a monster.
So you're really a WWE writer. You're talking about
Of course I am.
rebooting.
I'm a WWE fan.
I'm
I mean,
reboot.
what are we saying here?
I got
New
you.
York, baby.
Right.
Hey, Vince Russo, what's up, bro? Anyway.
CM Punk against John Silver last night. Adam Page. Now, how do you feel about Tony Khan making Adam Page play the role of the heel?
That's fine. That's fine. That makes sense.
So the ultimate good
That's
guy
okay.
that everybody was begging to have the belt around,
Right.
he has it.
Right.
And because CM Punk
Right.
and they're going to go to Chicago because that's the only
Right.
place they can go to
Right.
get a legitimate pop.
Right.
And this has been proven already.
Right.
So let's call it like it is.
Right.
You're going to make.
They want that match to be as over the top. Punk wins. Oh, he's blowing a kiss to Tony Khan and jumping over
What
the
are
guardrail.
chances
He's leaving with
is
the
there any
belt.
chance they let fans in the ring? While
If they do
Punk
that,
is holding the belt and a whole bunch of fans
dude,
all
if
over.
they do that, just put it on the WWE network because that's where I see it all the time. They steal everything from that company and then they talk shit about them.
And it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work. You know what else is funny? All of these matches that they've had since this company's inception, all these legendary classics. Let me ask you a question: is TNA a legendary company?
No.
Do they have legendary moments?
According to some people, yes, not me.
Do you really think they do though, compared to like Hogan, Andre?
No.
Okay, well now that we've
Maybe
established,
Jeff Hardy being drunk in a ring.
yeah, that was legendary.
That was a little legendary.
Yeah, or what about the time that Samoa Joe got beat? Oh, that was off camera when Nash beat him up for Paul not showing up. Yeah, that's legendary. That's my whole point with this AEW shit. You really think like 20 years from now, oh, wow, it's so legendary. It's just like Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, those two back-to-back WrestleManias.
That is the problem, Jim, is this.
There's been some good matches. I'm not saying
You're Adam
that.
Cole.
Yeah.
You love to be a wrestler.
Right.
But you decided I want to go where I can still play my Xbox and make money.
Right.
So my goal,
Play
what was your
my
goal, Adam Cole?
Xbox.
Well, that's what WWE doesn't allow third-party stuff.
Yeah, please.
He's on his Twitch playing video
Yeah,
games,
that's-
and people are like, oh my God, I want to watch Adam Cole play
by the way,
Pac-Man. It's like, I don't even get that.
Yeah,
What
please,
is-
please explain this to me.
I don't know.
I mean,
don't
like, it's
know.
just like, wow, what are you going to tune in and watch them floss their teeth?
If Adam Cole was playing Pac-Man and Britt Baker was naked in the back cooking
Right,
sausages, okay,
right.
I might donate
Oh,
some money.
I'm just like looking over his
Yeah,
shoulder
and you're
straight to the back
and
of the
you're
room.
donating money, right?
Oh God, yeah, even my loose change
Yeah.
for Britt Baker. Absolutely.
Could you
Does she
imagine, like,
does she
Adam
accept
Cole
pennies?
Playing Pac-Man and Britt Baker sitting there with like a dildo.
That's
I'd be
great.
glued.
Except the dildo is thicker than Adam Cole. That's the problem. That's the problem. Well, it's undisputed. So I'm sorry.
Well, the most important part of the night was Danhausen shook hands with Hook.
Really?
Yeah, it was-
Hook shook his
now
hand.
it's,
Hook's getting
It's
soft.
Dan Hookhausen or whatever.
It's Hookhausen.
Thank you,
That's so
Hookhausen.
lame. This is the lamest shit ever. Over a fucking bag of potato chips. Wow. Creative gets a bonus for that one. This is what they're writing in the bag of potato chips. I'm telling you, dude, this really bothers me.
Some guy
What is it
posted-
about
I saw a
Danhausen?
picture of
Kind of funny, I
who's
guess.
the king, WWE king guy.
The king? From the New Day?
New Day, yeah.
That guy, Xavier.
Xavier.
Yeah, what about
Xavier had a Danhausen shirt on. It was like,
Oh,
if you don't
no.
think he's over, just look at this.
Why? Because Xavier Woods?
Has a Danhausen
Wow,
shirt
so
on.
if Xavier Woods jumps off the Brooklyn Bridge, I'm right after him.
First of all, a
Because
Danhausen-
after all,
It's like a Joker shirt. It's really like, if you
Right.
were walking around with a Danhausen, it doesn't say Danhausen, it's just
Right.
Danhausen. Mm-hmm. People would probably think, oh, it's like a Joker shirt.
Right.
Like you would have been like, oh, that's Danhausen.
Right.
Who the hell is Danhausen?
and by the way, not to be mean or anything, but if I was Vince McMahon and I saw one of my employees wearing a Danhausen shirt, I'd rip that fucking thing off right in front of
that
everybody.
just proves how unimportant AEW
Yeah, Vince
is
probably
to
walked up to him,
WWE.
he's like, "Ho!"
No,
Probably. Nice shirt.
dude. The
Who?
real con spoke
Yeah.
and said, look, they're not competing with AEW. They're competing with This Is Us.
Right.
They're competing
Right.
with Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
They're competing with NBA.
Monday Night
Baseball.
Football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Monday Night Football comes around. Raw
Right.
takes a hit every time.
Right. And they still managed
And remember the
$334 million
days when the Attitude Era was around.
quarterly.
Monday Night Football was willing to pay Vince McMahon to get off.
Get
of
off
Monday
the air.
nights.
You're killing us with this
Yeah.
Rock and Austin stuff.
That's right.
Yep.
So it
Yep.
all comes around. The problem is that everybody knows there's not a lot of stars, and you don't really have many stars.
Right.
But I guess the way we're going here is we're looking at an organization which has smaller guys, somewhat entertaining at points, but not really doing good wrestling.
No, I mean,
I guess
it
good
depends
wrestling.
on what you want out of it. But as far as not doing big time stuff,
MJF had a contract signing with Wardlow.
with Goldberg,
MJF supposedly not happy with his contract.
bring that mofo to Vince.
Won't make it.
Vince will scrub him.
They won't scrub him. Won't sign him. You can't.
How come?
You tell me. Tell me why I'm saying that.
Would he be adding validity to AEW if he took MJF?
No, what I
Because
think,
I would
think
understand
the
that.
problem is I don't think MJF can get over unless he's cursing and saying
Interesting.
nasty stuff.
Interesting.
And you're in a different, you're in a PC
Right.
world in the WWF.
You are.
That's why when people make fun of the
He's
Miz,
very bright, though. You sure he can't ride the line and readjust?
Maybe.
I think he
He's
can.
very bright. You're
I
right.
think he can. I do. I don't want the Miz part 2, though. So let's not water him
that's what
down
you
too
might
much.
get.
I don't want that.
But that's what you might have. Look, you don't think the Miz
Can't have him that
If the
way.
Miz went to AEW, I guarantee
Yeah.
the Miz would kill people on the mic. He would kill them.
Oh, he would, but
If he
he would
could
also
call them all
probably
the
get
names
killed
that-
by the fans.
You think?
He is a poster boy for everything they hate. So I would tend to think that, like, if he ever stuck his head out the window or John Cena poked his head out of an AEW curtain, he might get bottles thrown at him. People are that kooky about certain entertainers. And I think Miz and John Cena fit that mold that and Hulk Hogan fit that mold that they despise. They despise guys like that are more entertainment than athletic competition.
You think Hogan didn't transfer well to WCW on his original?
WCW was not built on marks that exist in the AEW universe.
Gotcha.
They weren't. WCW
Now,
was.
why AEW guys you call them marks? Because I hate that terminology.
I hate it. I hate it too. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Because all they do is bitch and complain. They only have one vision. They don't enjoy. See, I've considered myself lucky. I love New Japan. I like to watch AEW. If there's a good match on, I will watch good wrestling.
Right.
But I will not tune into Vince with a hate boulder on my shoulder. I can't stand that attitude. To me, it's a joke. Your attitude, get it? You're missing the whole point. You know, any sport that you love, we love baseball. We watch the major leagues.
Right.
We don't watch the Ducks. The Ducks play here on Long Island. No disrespect to the Ducks. They do well and everything like that. But I don't give a fuck.
That's a great comment.
You know?
It's true.
We watch the Yankees. It's the same thing with the Jets. Do we go watch some college team around here? New York doesn't give a shit about that. This is New York. We watch the Jets or the Giants, whatever.
Well, some would say the Jets maybe are a college team.
You better watch out. Have you seen the size of our quarterback? He could kick the shit out of Hook now.
Oh, my God.
That's it. It's over. Zach Wilson is
No,
buff,
you
baby.
got really great points.
I mean, come on. I want to watch the top shelf. I couldn't be more proud of Vince McMahon when he turned the Madison Square Garden thing into WrestleManias, when we watched that whole birth of that. I couldn't have been more proud of my sport that I love when pro wrestling was doing that. I'm proud of what Vince McMahon did. I'm sure he's very proud. He should be. I was proud to see wrestling grow at that level.
I want to give you kudos,
You know?
right? When Cody Rhodes was in AEW, I would say big deal. He was nothing in the
Thought it
WWF. WWE.
Sure.
He's now returned. I don't know if it's part that I like the WWE or whatever.
Right.
But I think it's more a point that you've kind of enlightened me. And really, again, perfect booking. Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, tore the house down.
Twice.
They have had a banger.
Right. Yeah, a
Can't believe
banger.
I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're not from across the pond.
Cody Rhodes,
Aye.
a banger. Oh, my God.
Lame.
Losers. Oh.
Mommy, can I have a waffle? Are you filming right now? I don't want to interrupt you and Don. Well, I don't know. Maybe a waffle. How about an Eggo?
Fucking Don Morocco's ate too many of those, dude.
It looks like it. Yeah.
But I got to tell you, Rhodes and Rollins have done a fantastic job.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Biggest part, what do you think about this? Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Now with his new faction.
Not Ronda. What's her face? Rhea.
Ray
Ronda
Ripley.
Rousey, Rhea Ripley. Say those fucking 10 times fast. Rhea Ripley. I like that she's with them. That's cool. What was she going to do otherwise? She hasn't been doing shit.
Oh, it's a great move.
So I think it's cool.
Great move.
Were you surprised when the hood came?
I knew it. Like you knew it. You heard
right.
enough about it. It was like
Right.
it wasn't a surprise.
Interesting.
Listen, that's a problem. If
Interesting.
you start looking too much, you're going to find out everything.
Of course. That's why I don't look at all.
Yeah.
Why do you think I still enjoy wrestling? I don't sit there
for you.
and worry about what
smart.
everybody's fucking saying
see.
or
I'll
doing.
sometimes be like, I'm not.
I want to be surprised.
I'm not going to watch. I want to be. I'm not going to
Right.
watch. I want to be surprised.
Can't help it.
And then I can't help it.
You
I
can't
gotta
help
go
it.
like
yeah,
read
it's like
these things.
habitual. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's-
I can't. I stay away from it. I do the best I can.
Very smart.
I'm a pretty fort smeller. What else you got? Oh, the Bloodline. How about the Bloodline? Everybody thought the Bloodline was going to lose. They didn't lose.
That match was off the hook.
Yeah, well, they didn't even lose either. Were you surprised at that? I kind of like it. They're so dominant, aren't they?
Listen, I think
They're
think
so
we
dominant.
Said, hey, this could happen.
Well, we thought Drew might get a pin on Roman to like make the sexiness of their match happen, but apparently, nope.
Hey, listen, I just say let the Bloodline just
Kill everybody. Yeah,
Just kill
I love the
everybody.
dominance. What was the last time
Come
we
to,
saw
come
something?
to AEW and fucking just beat the shit out of all them
Yeah.
too.
This might. Yeah, that would be. Wouldn't that be great?
dude.
But then they'd be giving them the attention they don't deserve.
I gotta tell you something.
Right?
If just for the wrestling fan, if somehow Moxley just got tired of this, and somehow Jericho just got tired of this,
Which will happen eventually,
just
by the way.
think how great it would be for Moxley to come back,
It's going to happen someday.
right?
I think it's going to happen, personally.
Get Seth Rollins, and then obviously replace Reigns with Jericho. Dude, you book these guys.
My God. And you really think that this is how Jericho's going to end his career? I don't see it.
It seems like it might be.
If it is, boy, did you fuck up, Chris.
Really? You think so?
No, I mean, it's been awesome what Chris has done there. Chris is like the best part of what's going on over there.
Right.
And Chris probably knows this because Chris is the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
Right.
But, you know, I would hate to see it end this way for Chris Jericho. I want him to come back. You can't go out like that.
All right, we're almost out of time. Alexa Bliss made a return. Thoughts?
You must have been fucking freaking. It's a lot.
I was disappointed.
Have you mellowed on Alexa? This used to be your
I'm
girl.
off the Alexa train, dude.
Wow, what happened? Unbelievable.
Mandy Rose happened.
Mandy Rose happened. Yeah, that's true.
Mandy Rose happened.
Yeah, Mandy Rose at the Jet game happened. Yeah, right.
Yes.
That's right. It's very true.
Yes.
You
and
know,
then,
she was nicer than Foley. He wouldn't even
Sonya.
share a sandwich.
Sonya has happened.
What is with you and Sonya
Oh my
Deville?
God, dude. She is
I don't get it. She's macho sexy? I mean, what's the story here?
hot. I can't take it.
But there's
hot.
something about a chick who can kick my ass. I don't know if I want to.
Dude, she's got that hard face, and I love a hard face.
She's not that hard. She's actually not bad looking.
No, but she's hard looking.
She's tough looking.
She's tough
Right,
looking.
but she's not ugly.
And I'm just kind
I
of
guess you got yourself a point.
you know
She's
what?
kind of hot in a
Yeah.
strange way.
And Alexa,
Wow.
I'm kind of over.
I don't know how that happened. Alexa's irreversibly hot.
She's irreversible. Well, that.
She really is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, with that, send us on our way.
You've been watching a slightly perverted This Week in Wrestling with Monte and the Pharaoh. And until next week, later.